The Looney Box! Welcome to the Looney Box. I am so excited to have you with me once again. This is the show where we love all things weird, all things cultish, all things loony. One of the things that I have always been into is horror movies, sci-fi films, and really ghoulish and creepish type shows. And one of the shows that has been my all-time ultra favorite shows anthology series is Tales from the Crypt from HBO. I absolutely love this show. It's got to be in my all-time top 5 favorite shows. And so we're going to be talking about that today, as well as another movie that just made its new release from Scream Factory, and that is The Dead Zone. This is one of Stephen King's very best movies as far as I'm concerned, especially from the older set of films that came out. This is a very, very good film, and it has never, ever looked better than it looks on this new release from Scream. So let's get into it, and let's talk about today's topics of discussion. Tales from the Crypt. What can I say about this show? Well, this was an anthology show that started on HBO, ended on HBO, and had roughly 100 episodes during its 7-season run. There was all kinds of topics, all kinds of mini stories in it, and each episode consists of a mini story that could be a movie unto itself, but it's more of a just kind of a short anthology style movie that we've seen that have become so popular in some of the other anthology series. One that comes to mind that was very good is the Creep Show series. You have Body Bags, which I also enjoyed. It runs along the same gamut of those shows. Now, you have some extremely good directors of horror films that have directed episodes of this. And when I say the cream of the crop, I'm talking the cream of the crop. You've had people like John Carpenter. You've obviously had other great horror horror film directors, and for some reason they're not coming to mind right now, but you had Robert Zemeckis, I believe, was also involved in some of these episodes. And you had some fantastic actors where their careers were just barely budding and starting. And you had more actors than I can even think off the top of my head that made an appearance in this show. And there are some really, really good stories and episodes that are just absolutely creepy as hell. One of the ones that always scared the hell out of me as a kid was the season 1 story, which was also a remake from the very, very original Tales from the Crypt movie with Santa Claus, where the woman kills her husband. Spoiler alert, by the way, if you have not seen this show, I'm giving you a little bit of a spoiler here. Santa Claus is an escaped mental patient. This woman kills her husband and wants to blame it on Santa Claus, and Santa Claus ends up coming to her house and trying to find ways to break in, and ultimately he finds a way in with her child. A really creepy story. I saw it first when I was a kid, and it scared the bejesus out of me. But there's fantastic stories on this anthology series. They also had 4 total movies that came out over the years that were just as good, but the quality of the series is every bit as good as the films were. The show is a lot of fun with the Crypt Keeper, and he's narrating in between episodes, and it's just one of those series that is just so much fun to watch. It is so much fun to watch, especially around Halloween time. I cannot think of a series that's more fun to watch during Halloween time. The only other series that may come close but has a different feeling about it is the X-Files. I love the X-Files as well, but Tales from the Crypt is a fantastic series. I had been putting off getting the boxed set for so many years. I had been hoping and hoping, against all hope it seems, that a Blu Ray set was going to come out of these. And unfortunately, we have not seen a Blu Ray set yet. If that does come out, I will be picking it up day one. However, this series, even though it's only on DVD, is absolutely just as much fun as you could possibly ask to have with an anthology horror series like this. And the picture quality on the series itself is actually quite good, considering this is an older series from the 80s and 90s. And back then we obviously didn't have HD cameras or televisions. And so the fact that the picture is as good as it is without a Blu-ray transfer is quite impressive to me. So even if you have to pick this up, since the Blu-ray set is never been yet released and probably never will be, now that HBO has their own streaming service, you're still going to be very happy with this series, as I am on DVD. There's tons and tons of material here to watch, hours and hours. I'm not sure what the exact runtime is on this, but you easily got 75 hours worth of material. If you think about all of the episodes as well as the extras, there is so much material there to keep you busy. It will take you months to get through all of these unless you sit down and straight binge watch for 3 or 4 days straight. Okay? So I've been working on season 3 recently. I'm rewatching it, season 3. And up to this point, just to watch season 1, 2, and 3, I am into it about 3 or 4 weeks already. So as you have time, this is something that you're going to spend about $40 to $50 to pick this up on eBay. It's still well worth it. You're going to have so much entertainment there. It is literally going to keep you busy from now right up through Halloween and beyond. So I cannot recommend this series enough. Absolutely one of my favorite all-time, bar none series. So much fun to watch. Some of the episodes are so cheesy and corny, and it's just got popcorn written all over it. But this is a fantastic series. Absolutely love it. If you do not have it, I recommend highly that you go out and pick this up. Now, moving into the brand new release from Scream Factory. Now, I just actually had this show up in the mail just a few short weeks ago. This is the brand new Blu Ray version of The Dead Zone from Stephen King. Very, very good film. This is I would say it's a psychological thriller slash horror, psychological horror film. Very good story. I'm not going to give away any of the details of the story if you have not seen it. Very 80s-esque movie. Also very 80s-esque Stephen King. If you know, along the lines of Pet Sematary, It, And those, it has the attitude and the feeling of those films, a little bit different than when The Stand came out. The original TV movie, The Stand, was a little bit different, but this has more of the feeling of those original 80s Stephen King movies. And I can tell you, this transfer is the best this film has ever looked so far. You still have the natural grains that you come to expect when you watch a film that was actually shot on film. It still has that graininess, yet you have clarity in the images, and you see things in the snow and also in the backgrounds that you've never noticed before on this film. It's like watching the film all over again for the first time, due to this picture just being so much more clear is what I want to say. It just has that clarity that you want and you need, that you don't get when you watch this on VHS or some of those early sloppy kind of DVD transfers that were really muddy. This just has that beautiful clarity and sharpness to the picture that you want to see, and then those fantastic grains in the old films like this when they were actually shot on film. Now, this has brand new artwork on the slipcover here, and it also came with a poster with the same artwork for me as somebody that pre-ordered this. I don't know if the poster is sold out or not. You can get online and check for yourself at Screen Factory. But this is another one that I absolutely, fully endorse, highly recommend that you pick this one up if you're into horror films and psychological thrillers in horror films. This is just very well done. It's always been a good film, and Christopher Walken shines in this film. This is one of his best performances of his career, as far as I'm concerned. This is a fantastic film. Also another one that I very highly recommend you pick up. So there you have it. Those are the two films we will cover in today's review or recommend. I am a huge movie buff and connoisseur, so you are going to see a ton of film and TV reviews on this channel mixed in with the content. We could be talking hundreds or thousands of reviews and recommends over the coming months and years, because in my personal collection I have approximately 9,000 to 10,000 films, and so there is a huge amount of films and TV for me to cover there. And I'm going to try to always have a couple recommendations on each video when we're talking about films and television. I want to have at least 2 to 5 recommends every time we do something on film and television. That will do it for today. If you like this video, then please give it a like, give me that thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe. And until next time, keep life fun and keep life loony.